so this is episode 49,
Okay.
and this is going to be about social media being on trial,
Yes.
which is
Which it is.
fascinating. But what I first wanted to say that Katie and I were sidebarring about before we came on.
We have our hats on again, which I think is what prompted the whole thing. I'm not sure, but
It is.
Yeah.
And so you and I entered the room and we both laughed because we had hats
friggin'
on
cold. Yeah.
because it's 2 degrees outside. And you were like, is that guy gonna say, are those
Those
dudes?
two dudes.
So in one of our recent episodes,
Uh-huh.
I noticed that there was a comment, and I was like, "Oh, fun, a comment." And
Fun,
so
fun.
I went to go look at it, and it's from some guy, and it said, "Is this two dudes?" I was like, "What an idiot!" I mean, like, I'm sorry. Like I told you, I was first gonna go scorched earth on him
Yeah,
and be like, "Are you a quarter of a dude?"
right.
Then I was like, "No, I am not going to lower myself to
Up.
hi,
Hold
Jack.
on. Jack
Look,
is getting
we got
busy
Jack. We got Jack.
here on the
Oh my
podcast.
God, I'm like famous now.
Hey, dude." But I was like, "No, I'm not gonna lower myself
Mhm.
to his level." But I like so I looked him up, right? Like I told you. I looked him up. He's been on YouTube since 2011. No content posted, nothing.
Okay.
So is he one of these people, and I guess they exist, I don't know, who just exists to troll YouTube and rip on people? Is that what we're doing
I mean,
these
how
days?
did he come across our podcast? Like, what's his algorithm that our domestic violence survivor empowering women algorithm came up on his YouTube feed? I mean, first of all, because that's fascinating. I thought that was fascinating. And then to come at us, be like, are those two dudes? I mean, like, what? You found us, man. I don't.
I know. I didn't go looking for you, pal. And I told my oldest son, I was like, this guy was like, "Are these two dudes?" And Peter was like, "You upset by that?" And I was like, "A little bit." I'm like, I go, "Do I look like a dude?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, I do have a very square jawline, which some people would kill for, but my entire life I felt like my head looked like a square. So maybe I have a masculine look to me. I don't know. I don't know.
What if he said, if he was like, are those two monkeys? Would you be like, oh my God, I look like a monkey? Or what?
Probably.
You do
Probably.
it, you do it that way too?
Because
Yeah.
that's what I do to myself, right? I mean, do I look like a monkey? No, god damn it. And my niece just told me today, because her and I were texting, I said, "Mary, aging is hitting me hard and
Do
I
I
don't
look
like it."
like a dude?
I was like, "Aging is hitting me hard and I don't like it." And she was like, "You are aging like a fine wine." And I was like,
Oh,
"Well, you're 25,
yeah.
so
No,
you don't even know what you're talking about." But I
go ahead.
totally appreciated that, of course. Family's your biggest fan, right?
Mhm.
Um, but I just had to mention that because okay, I'm gonna say this to people. If you're gonna comment on our podcast, which
Yeah.
I fully welcome,
Go for it.
and it makes sense because there was one comment on one of ours that was just a pair of eyes, like looking. And then there was another one that just said 207. I don't know what that means.
I think we're out of the loop. Let me
You
look
gotta
at
give me something to work with. What does
what was
207 mean?
it?
Does it
Was it a
mean something?
graphic?
No, it was just 207.
Well, it is the telephone area code for the entire state of Maine. So
Well, thank you, because I was lost. So I just had to say that because this actually kind of really relates to the topic for today,
Mhm.
which is social media on trial.
It
So
is.
on Tuesday in an LA courtroom started the first of multiple lawsuits
Uh-huh.
filed against the majority of large social media providers, right?
Mhm.
Snapchat, TikTok, Meta, which is
Mhm.
Facebook,
And
YouTube.
Instagram, yeah. Mhm.
This is what's called one of the first bellwether cases, right? There's going to be a series of
Yep.
these.
Yep. They're
This is the
comparing
first.
it to the tobacco industry of the 90s targeting children, yeah.
And also well, we'll get to that. Also the same kind of like effect, okay? So trial started on Tuesday. The one that started on Tuesday is brought by a 19-year-old plaintiff
Okay.
who says that she started social media use when she was 10,
Yes.
kind of did it without her mom knowing. You know, her mom was trying to keep her away from it. She kind of got on there anyway,
Right.
blaming the addictive nature for mental health issues. Now, Snapchat and TikTok settled this one the night before.
Oh, okay.
Do not know the details of the settlement. So this is just the case the girl has brought, the 19-year-old female has brought, okay?
Okay. Mhm.
There are a multiple of other ones that have been brought by other plaintiffs, school administration, you know, like this is a big deal, okay?
Mhm, mhm,
So this is
mhm.
like landmark.
Yep. You knew it was coming. I mean, I knew
You
it was
knew it
coming.
was coming. You knew it was
Yeah.
coming. So basically, the gist here is what these plaintiffs are claiming, or what they're saying, or what they're questioning is, do these social media apps, are they built intentionally to addict young users?
Mhm,
Are they
mhm,
built intentionally?
mhm.
So they talk about, okay, not so much the content, the controls, right? The infinite scrolling, the constant notifications
Mhm,
that they have built into their platforms.
mhm.
That is what they are going after because, believe it or not, um, content on social media apps like Facebook and all that stuff, content is protected by Section 230. Okay. Which is
Okay.
basically like protecting your First Amendment, your right to speech, right? That's what it's protecting. So they're saying that the plaintiffs are saying the platform's design features, not the content, are defective products that violate personal injury laws. They're attempting to bypass Section 230 with this, whereas the social media giants are saying our design process is also protected under Section 230. They're trying to say that their design process is part of their right to free speech.
Ooh, I don't know how that's gonna fly. Yeah.
Well, this is where it's gonna get, this is where it's gonna get, this is gonna be good. This is big. Like, so they're trying to prove that they cause damage, that they cause addiction, depression, self-harm, especially in minors.
Yeah.
And that it is not, that's what they keep, it is not the content, it is the design.
Okay.
And so, and
Yeah.
here's where it's gonna get sticky, right?
Mhm,
Just
mhm.
like the big tobacco trial. Okay, so the big tobacco trials were like that they kind of hid that there were harmful chemicals within tobacco, right?
The gist. Yep.
that was the gist, right?
Yep.
The defense, of course, to that was, well, you don't have to smoke,
However, then they came
correct?
down to looking at the way the stuff was catered to, the cartoon characters, the, yeah.
Joe Camel,
Yep, Joe
all
Camel.
right? Joe Camel. And you know what's not funny, but ironic, kind of? I watched the special about the stadium, you know, our Buffalo Bills stadium having its last game, you know, because they're going to move to the new stadium. And they
Right.
had this special about all the special moments, you know, when it was, I still call it Rich Stadium. Sorry, everyone. To me, it's Rich Stadium. It's not Highmark. It's not whatever it was before that.
Mhm.
All these special moments. You and I talked about like Bob Weir dying from the Grateful Dead. I saw
Mhm.
like 6 Dead shows there, you know, like all these great moments. And it's funny because when they show some of like the plays going on, you know, or whatever, the advertising billboards, Marlboro,
Yeah.
right? Big
Yeah.
old, I can never say that brand right. Marlboro, big old, huge billboard, right? For Marlboro. You would not see that
Not anymore. No.
now.
Well, it goes back to, it
Um,
used to be, you used to have smoking commercials on television, and then they moved them to magazines, and yeah. Yep.
so this is where it's gonna get, this is where it's gonna get interesting
Sure.
because I can see these social media giants, we will call them giants. They are the major platforms
Yeah.
kind of saying, well, you don't have to use social media. We didn't make you get a Facebook account. We didn't make you get a YouTube account, a TikTok account, a Snapchat account. We didn't make you do that. You signed up. And I'm not arguing that, right? I'm just saying like this is how this is going to go. This back and forth is going to
No, you're
go.
right. Absolutely.
Um, and like this female, this 19-year-old female saying, I started social media use at 10 without my mother's knowledge. So basically she was sneaking around, right?
And getting an account illegally because you had to say you were 18, that might help with them too. Yeah.
And these things can get pretty brutal, right? And the defendants might say, well, where the hell was your mother? Why wasn't she keeping a closer eye on you? How did you get these accounts? What phone were you using? Did you have a
You
phone? Were
clicked
you
that
using?
box that acknowledged that you weren't lying, that you were 18. Yeah, all of those things. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't even really know how they can enforce when you sign up saying, yeah, I'm 18. Like,
It's
I
no
know they
different
want,
than, have you ever gone to, hold on, have you ever gone to a website for alcohol and you have to click that
are you
you're 20
21?
by the fact
Yes,
you
I'm
did that?
21.
Yeah, right. But the fact is, someone who's 16 doesn't care about the consequences of that. But if a lawsuit came up, they lied under, yeah.
They lied.
Mhm.
So, okay. So, like I said, there's a series of these. Snapchat and TikTok settled this one.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything on
And
because
I
they're
think
involved.
they're just the tip of the iceberg as those two. Yeah.
Oh, they're involved in all the other ones as well. They just settled this one. I don't know what the other ones look like. This obviously is a singular plaintiff. Um,
Yeah.
that said that it caused body dysmorphia and depression and mental health issues. The other ones, like I said, they're being brought by school districts. They're a ton of people,
Yeah, my mind
banding
is going
together.
round and round and round because, TikTok and Snapchat already had the creators of that already had the savvy of looking at MySpace and all those things where there were loopholes, legal loopholes, right? I'm even thinking about these horrific moments on TikTok where there have been suicides, live suicides that have been witnessed. And what TikTok did was immediately take it down,
Okay.
but you can't stop the person that downloaded it and kept. And I know that they have things in their users, right? Their what's it called? You know, the user agreement statement.
Does
Something that
anybody really read that
they don't, they
when
just
they
click it.
sign up?
It is in there saying
That's
they
what
aren't
covers their ass, though.
responsible, if they did what they could to eliminate, you know, uh, terrible content like that. If somebody else, all they can do is keep chasing it, but it's got a life of its own. So there is something in their terms of agreement. That's what it says. That look, we'll do what we can, but if the hive mind and the scary people that just keep reposting that shit, I mean, they don't declare themselves responsible for that, which will be an interesting way because
This is why
yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to get
Hmm.
so sticky.
Yeah.
Um, I got rid of my Facebook.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it wasn't because I was having mental health issues. I just felt it was stupid and a time suck.
Yep. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
like I said before, if I wanted to continue being the friends with the people I was friends with in real life, I didn't want to look at their posts anymore. Because sometimes, and we all know this is true, sometimes you're like, what the hell is she doing? Right? Like, what in the world? And and we've mentioned this before in our
Mhm.
cheating episode.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised, would not be surprised if this came on here. This is what this is. This is Pandora's box.
Oh, yeah, because then let's start talking about the definition legally of infidelity. What does that look like? You know, is that can you get a divorce based on sexting because they're having a relationship on Facebook, or do they literally have to be in physical con? I mean, it's time though, because this, the way if you look at any type of revolution or any in the industrial revolution, this is the internet revolution. There's a time where it comes in, it infiltrates, and then at some point in history, usually about 20 years in or so, you have some level of accountability, mesothelioma or whatever, people come up and they're like, wait a second, did it do wonderful things? Sure. Did it do horrible things too? Yes. And we are at that time now where people are starting to look at the repercussions of this revolution. We already know, I sit with parents and they're like, I'm raising addict children. And yes, you are
You are.
raising addict children. So when they lose their ever-loving mind, when you take their phone away and they start thrashing about, you're taking away their stuff. So yeah, I do think it's an appropriate time in history that now that this revolution's been around almost 97, well, actively, but 94,
We've gone through the cycle, right?
it's
So
time. Mhm.
it's time. And in regard to what you were saying about, okay, so as we know, there are many states in the United States that have no fault divorce. Okay.
Yeah.
Infidelity doesn't matter. There are states that you can still file for divorce based on infidelity. You can
Mhm.
file for divorce based on, this is a good one, alienation of affection, where the spouse who was cheated on can sue the person the spouse had the affair with.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, it still exists in North Carolina. I know that for sure.
Are there
So
stipulations? Does the person have to know there was a spouse, or can it just be?
if it like in North Carolina,
Like,
if you
say,
find
like,
out that
yeah, but say, like, you have an affair with someone and you didn't know that they were married, that person can still go after the person they had the affair with? Oh, wow. Interesting.
yeah, alienation of affection. This person caused my spouse to have an affair on me, and so
Huh.
now comes with the advent of social media and the ease at which old flames can be rekindled, and
Right.
you can reach out to that girl in high school that you always thought was cute, because now
She's
you're both 42, and you're on Facebook, so send her a little Facebook message. You don't even have to be friends on Facebook, you can just reach out and do it. I've received a couple myself
hmm
when
hmm
I was still on Facebook. So the ease at which you can get access
Can I
to
stop you for a second? Just hold that. I'm thinking, I never get those little things. I'm like, what am I, just chopped liver? Ellen's always like, well, so and so got in touch with me. So you know what I get? I'm at the Speedway gas station the other day, right? I'm just going in. I feel like I need a Diet Dr. Pepper. I'm getting some gas, and here's this dude. It's all scraggly and stuff, right?
right,
Looks a little homeless. He looks at me like
right.
this. He goes, I'm like, oh man. He goes, come here, come here. I'm like, oh, what the?
From
This is what I.
here.
He goes, you wanna go smoke? You wanna go smoke? What am I? I am a 54-year-old woman buying a Diet Dr. Pepper, and
It's
some homeless
Speedway.
dude at Speedway, and some homeless dude wants me to go like smoke a joint with him. That's the kind of attention I get, Ellen. Anyway, go ahead.
Listen, I'm not saying that any of these were productive in any way, shape, or form. And it's funny because I remember it was a couple of years ago. I'm going to use a naughty word, everyone. And it was a couple of years ago, and I got like another one. Like I'm not saying I had a ton, okay, like 3 or 4, but like, and then I was telling a
Just
friend.
a dick pic. What is it?
No, it's like, hey, what's going on? How are you? It happened a lot after I dropped my married name because I got divorced.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, that's part of it, right? That's part of it. And so I got like, and I said to my friend at the time, I'm going back like 6 years. Okay. I go, oh my God, this guy from like high school like reached out to me. And like, and this was after like I had two like college. And she goes, did you have like a golden pussy back then? I didn't date some people.
It's so funny.
It's like, I've never heard, but I was like,
Like the gold.
did I
What
put
kind of
up some
chocolate
kind of
factory
aura?
does your golden pussy get you? This is golden. So don't make that a
Like,
shirt.
did I
Don't
have
make
did I have some kind of aura?
that.
Anyway, so that okay, but that's very important because with
Yes.
something like alienation of affection or when you can sue for divorce because of infidelity,
Mhm.
do we have to redefine infidelity? Like emotional affairs conducted over long distance.
Mhm.
Listen, it's exciting. Okay. Everybody knows when married life becomes ho hum or humdrum, or you still love your spouse and yada yada yada. But here you got someone popping up from 25 years ago saying, wow, you look great,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? You don't look a day older than you look no different from high school. You look no different from college, the- all the baseline comments. And so should we consider Facebook
Those
messaging,
kinds of things. Yeah.
DMs,
Now I'm
whatever?
wondering, well, maybe I was hit on, but I didn't realize that those were comments that should be looked at as flirtatious. I'm like, thanks. I use the kind, I don't use much face cream. I just use soap and water. But I am getting a little gray, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
You're like genetics,
It's
genetics.
genetics. Anyway, moving on. Um,
So,
I
but
do think
but
we should because we've already redefined what relationships are, right? We've redefined them through the internet. There's
ad nauseum.
a ton of young people have online relationships where they're not really, they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, but they haven't even actually met them. So if we're redefining relationships, then we do need to redefine what a betrayal of a relationship is too. So,
Which is, I'm telling you right now, they're focusing this on, the social media, causing addiction, causing mental health issues, right?
yeah.
Um, and this 19-year-old is going to testify.
Okay.
Okay. So the jury is going to hear from her. The jury um, is also going to view thousands of documents
Yuck.
from internal internal processes within the social media giants.
Sure.
They're going to view all that. Okay. And they're going to have to make a determination. Now, this is just based on, like I said, mental health effects of social media use. Are they building in addictive, processes to their platforms?
Mm.
Making these kids so that they can't look away. Like this girl said, she's like, when I started going on social media when she was 10, when I started going on, it got to the point that I couldn't look away. All right. And I believe her. I believe her. I have gone down a hole on shorts on YouTube, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you what,
So
all my
I
favorite
firmly
ones.
believe, and I think we've taken it to, so the shorts, so the ASMR stuff, the ridiculous pimple popping,
Um,
the all of that
oh, I don't
stuff,
watch that.
and
Uh-uh.
certain sounds, but there is this, we used to just call it, oh, watching that's very satisfying or
Right.
whatever, and but there is a level of dopamine that kicks up in your head when you complete a satisfying task or something like that. And that, I believe, has been exploited profoundly to the point where AI components use it just as clickbait to get you in because they're
Absolutely.
so addictive.
Absolutely.
And that's where we start juggling with the idea of if the platforms have denied that they are responsibility for the content, then who,
They're protected. The content's protected.
yeah, so that means, geez, there's this great line from, oh my God, the squirrels are busting up my feeder out there. Um, you know,
Why?
Hulu.
All the birds are frozen and dead. No one's coming to the
I
feeder.
got this awesome camera for birds for Christmas.
Oh, I saw those.
Yes, and I love it. And the freaking squirrels keep taking it apart. Anyway, but so yeah, because there's a ton of content. Look, there's stuff on there that's not interesting or addictive at all, but there's some things, and the more they find out what it is, they even do it with the online games. You know, they use it, suck you in, but then there they go. Their content's protected, so they don't have to worry about it. So how do you blame the platform?
I will say this though, too. When I say I go down the hole with shorts, I'll tell you what I mean by that.
Mhm.
I'm old enough at 53, I'm not a 16-year-old, that when I do decide, here are the shorts that I watch. Would you like to hear the shorts that I watch?
Mhm.
I watch ones where military are coming home and surprising their families because they don't know they're there yet.
Mhm.
I watch ones where military come home and get reunited with their dogs.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
I watch ones where they put, have you seen this? Where they put all these people like in an auditorium and a shelter dog picks their person.
Do you know that's AI? That's not
I
real.
know, but I could friggin' cry right now.
Yeah.
I watch
I know. I got sucked into that one
uplifting,
too.
uplifting stuff, but there's also a guy on YouTube. Okay. I friggin' love this dude. I don't even know how I came across, probably because I was in my short hole. And all he does is he goes to like Costco's and Walmart's and whatever and dances. And he gets people to dance with them. And he always dance like this is where I discovered the song Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison from like 1996, because that's the song that was in the first one that I saw. But then he does like Cool in the Gang, Earth, Wind and Fire, and they're only like 30 seconds long. And he literally just walks in, starts dancing. People sometimes look at him like he's crazy. Then other people are like, get over here. I live for that. I live for that. Like, but then, because as you're going through the shorts, you're just like, the next one, the next one, the next one. That when I get to ones that are like depressing and down, and I skip them
Yeah.
because I have at my age, you know a developed prefrontal cortex, and so I am not just absorbing everything that's coming toward me. I'm actually looking, when I do this, which isn't that often, for uplifting, funny. My other favorite, dogs that protect babies, like dogs that protect the baby in their house. Some of those are incredible. Some of them are
Mhm.
from like how like camera footage.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
don't tell me it's AI, because I don't want to hear it. Because when you see a German Shepherd pull a baby away from a sparking outlet, that's real, Katie. It's real. I already know what you're thinking. But watch, I don't watch or read
Yeah.
things um that I find disturbing. There's been this whole rash like of books, um, the Colleen Hoovers of the world,
Mhm.
and the Gillian Flynn, who wrote like Gone Girl and Sharp Objects and Dark Places.
Mhm. Mhm.
I choose not to read that
Mhm.
because I don't, I don't want to read that.
Mhm.
There's enough bad shit that happens in the world
All right, well, let
just
me
on a
ask you this.
daily
How
basis.
did you, because yes, we are grown people who are fully developed and were fully developed before the internet came into the world. How did you discover that those were things you didn't want in your brain for yourself?
Uh, Probably because I've seen how ugly people can be to each other in the real world. Why would I want to read about it in fiction?
Okay. Well, more tangible things. Like, did you see things on TV where you were like, oh no, I don't want to see that? Or in a movie or in a book? Or were there things where you're like, oh, I don't want to see that kind of scary movie? Or I mean, how did you learn what disturbed you?
I don't know. I never liked horror films.
Okay.
When we were growing up, it was like Halloween, and Terror Train. Remember Jamie Lee Curtis was like such a terror queen. Um, I never liked them.
Okay.
I'm not someone, I'm not someone who gets like, I'm not a jump scare person. Like like, if somebody jumped out, like if
That
one of my
wouldn't
kids,
scare you?
no, I would just be like, what are you
My
doing?
house is a cesspool of scared people. We we somebody just walks by you and someone screams. I mean, we are a little reactive here. Yeah.
I've never really been like that, right?
Okay. Mhm.
What I find, I guess, troublesome, or what I don't like is like psychological stuff.
Mm, mhm.
Okay. Um, that's the type of stuff that I don't, Silence of the Lambs, I did watch Silence of the Lambs. Would I watch it again? No.
No.
Like that to me is not entertaining,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Um, I guess on some level, I don't want to know what a regular human being is capable of who could be living next door to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like,
So I think what, because you made me think of it, you just said, I saw Silence of the Lambs. Would I see it again? No. Choice made, right? So you're 15, 16, 12 years old, and you're going on TikTok and you pull up because algorithms, they're not necessarily rock solid by any means. They'll throw something in there, right? So you see, you're like, whoa, I don't think maybe I like that. Oh no, I don't like that. Click. Okay. La 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 la. Oh, there's that same kind of thing again. Do I like it? No, I don't. I don't like it. But you can't turn it off. Like you can say right now, I'm never going to watch Silence of the Lambs again. And the likelihood that you're going to pick up your phone and Silence of the Lambs is going to be playing is pretty slim. Jodie Foster's all in your business.
well, then I'd be freaked out because I think it was data mining and someone was just listening to me as I was talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, I just, it didn't take me long,
Just my
and
point being, kids don't have the opportunity to figure out what they like and what they don't like, or what disturbs them or what doesn't disturb them, because they can't
they
walk
click
away.
on all of it. They click
Yeah,
on all of it,
they click
right?
on, yeah.
Like like another thing too, and this just made me think of it. I don't like dystopian stuff either. Like when we were in middle school and high school, and they were like 1984 and Animal Farm. I hated those books. I hated them. And I'm a
Mhm.
literature major. I
Yeah.
hated them. And it's funny because then something like the short story, the most dangerous game, which is one of
Mhm.
my all-time favorite short stories, believe it or not.
Okay.
When one man, I don't know if you remember it, it's a very short story. Movies have been made of it. It came out in 1924.
Okay.
It is where there is a big game hunter who has become bored
Okay.
because he's killed everything.
Okay.
And I won't give it away, but he makes an offer to another hunter of how
To
about I
hunt
hunt
him.
you?
Uh,
Because this guy winds up on this guy's
oh, I have
island by like
seen
accident.
renditions of that. Yeah, I know what you'd show. I didn't realize that it came from that, but I have seen
Oh yeah.
renditions. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. And so it's funny because I'll wrap this up. But Peter and I were watching Wedding Crashers the one night,
Yeah.
and, and like when Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are at like Christopher Walken's like palatial like
Yep.
estate or whatever, and they go hunting,
Yes.
and these guys are like, what are we? They're like, why are we? And Owen Wilson's like, this is like the most dangerous game. This is like the most dangerous game. And I paused it and I said to Peter, did you ever read that when you were in middle school or high school? And he was like, no, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
And I bought it for him. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to read it. I'm like, it's really one of the most interesting short stories I've ever read because it gets down to the
Yeah.
most basic, visceral level of humanity,
Do you know
right?
that they're finally making a movie that's coming out of Lord of the Flies, a new one?
I never liked that book either. I never
Well,
liked
how can
that
you like
book
that
either.
short story? You,
I didn't
you
like
like you like that short story, but you don't like Lord of the Flies.
don't like Lord of the Flies, there's actually another book written around the same time that was based in Jamaica. That's a female version of Lord of the Flies. It never got the same, you know,
Yeah.
treatment. I don't know. There's just certain aspects of humanity I don't want to know about.
Why do you like that short story then?
Because of the ending. It's great. Like it's a story about survival.
Okay.
It's not
I'm
a
just
story
shocked
about,
because I don't know how it ends. I shouldn't,
I
but
won't tell you.
okay.
It's not a story about gratuitous violence. Okay. Now
What if they
that's
have to kill him to survive?
Katie.
Sorry.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Go get the book. It's $8 on Amazon.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Um, but okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like content that is, well, by some people, purposely made to be disturbing.
Yeah.
And you're a 15-year-old in your bedroom scrolling at night when you're supposed to be sleeping, and
Yeah.
you are consuming shit. It's fucking with your brain.
Well, here's another twist though. Okay. Like remember going back to the lawsuit, are they intentionally creating so let's go back to our time. You have sleepovers, you do literally kids do want to do freaky shit, whether it's Bloody Mary in the mirror or,
Oh,
yeah,
the
people want to
Ouija board.
yeah, kids want to do freaky shit. So
Yeah, we do.
up that
We do.
ante and create videos and everything. Those kids are going to click on it. And then, they get into the ghost stories and then kids want to it's part of growing up. You want to kind of tap into that freaky shit and scare yourself. But now it's like off it's just off it's crazy town now. So that
Right.
going back to, are they catering to children? We know developmentally going how many even if you talk to our parents or anything, they're like somebody got into freaky shit somewhere because they're just like what happens, you
We
know?
got catered to, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There were advertisements and whatever we got catered to.
But did it do damage? I can't see. I have PTSD from playing, well, maybe the Ouija board freaked me out a little bit, but doing
I
Bloody Mary in the mirror, well, I still won't do it today. So maybe I
I
did,
can't even
but
remember doing that. I mean, I like, yeah, or like people who just want to be scared. Okay, I'm sure there are people on these platforms. Like there was a guy that I dated not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago. All the movies he wanted to watch were horror, and he loved death metal. And I was like, that's what you consume like every
yeah,
day.
see,
Like,
for me, I'm just like, that's it. You've got your one trick pony. How about other things,
like,
yeah,
how can you ever be in a good mood? Like, I mean, seriously.
sure.
Unless the horror films are done so badly that they're ridiculous and you laugh at them. I
They're
mean,
just
I don't
camp,
know.
so you're laughing. Yeah.
Oh, like something like The Shining. I read The Shining. I read The Shining. Did you ever see that Friends episode where Rachel makes Joey read Little Women and he makes her read The Shining?
Don't tell me what happened.
And they're both so fucking freaked out. Like she's freaked out by The Shining, and he comes in the one day and he's like, Joe
Don't
died.
died.
And he puts the book in the freezer because that's how he feels safe, is to put the book in the freezer. But like, see, everybody has different tolerance levels, right?
Right.
The Shining, about someone losing their mind.
Mhm.
The reason that terrifies me is because it can actually happen,
Mhm.
right? I'm not being avoidant. I just don't feel the need
Is it because
to
you don't
make that my
understand it? Because I
chosen consumption.
absolutely love, that's why my family won't watch movies with me, because if it doesn't involve someone who's losing their mind, or someone who was raised by someone that was losing their mind, or something, or, some memoir about being in a home with someone, I mean, that's my jam. And is it because, I'm not,
That's my jam.
because my wife understands it too. I don't know.
But you also have professional, experience and background where you're like, well, I know why this happened. And, you can clinically reason it out and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
but I think I like that stuff even before. So that's a whole nother,
Well,
that's a
you're
whole
just weird then.
episode.
I don't know.
You're just weird.
Whereas
But
like what I like to consume, what I like, I don't even like freaky music. Like, I don't
What
even
what
like,
do you consider freaky music?
I mean, like dark, right? Like
Oh,
dark,
like scream that
like
stuff?
Marilyn Manson, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
like, so that guy terrifies me. I know those are fake
Well, does he
contacts.
care?
I don't care.
He's 'cause he's fucked up. I mean,
Well, yeah,
I
totally.
think, yeah, I think you're feeling his mental illness. I think what I think is, yeah.
But so, okay, so circling back,
Yes.
um, I think this is gonna open, okay, so what they said, oh, and by the way, this article that I'm basing this on was from NPR,
Uh-huh.
okay? Our recently defunded NPR. And at the very end, they said, if the plaintiffs win, if the plaintiffs win, if the plaintiffs, win the majority of the cases, even just one of them, it will change. No, it's not just going to change social media. It will change how the internet looks.
Mhm.
It will change how the internet looks because it said it would make it. They feel that if they won a judgment, it would make the internet less open, less conversational, less, could be a whole bunch of restrictions put on it, could be, but like you said, it's kind of time. I mean, like there
I mean,
are,
okay, okay. So, okay, but that's the next step in history, right? So now we go in and we make the attempts to crack it down. Okay. And then that doesn't work and we figure out what does work. So now we don't use as many carcinogens when we're producing steel. I mean, it's all
I
going to come
know.
out in the wash. I mean, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. I look at the
It's-
difference between, and you've got this, right? Well, not quite in the age difference, but I've got a 28-year-old and an 18-year-old. And my naivete walking in to the internet in 2005 with
I don't even
Emma,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
with Emma, and putting her in front of my desktop compact computer, showing her Bejeweled and Webkins and thinking, isn't this the coolest thing, kiddo?
Isn't this great?
Aren't you gonna love the internet? And then that baby girl, I found out years later, I showed her there was this game called Horse where you go on and you dress up your horses, and it was an online game. And the level of predators, I had no idea. We were clueless. And the things she endured online, our 30-year-olds need to start coming forward because, I mean, our 18 and 19-year-olds, that's our sons, yes. But what happened to our 30-year-olds? And the Wild West of the beginning of the internet, it's already cracked down compared to that. My child was catfished by a 38-year-old woman on Tumblr who pretended to be a 17-year-old boy who babysat an autistic kid. And she used videos of her own autistic kid to lure my kid in to think that this boy was actually empathic and helping this autistic. I mean, it was insane what was happening.
This, mm, this is why it's going to get kind of nutty because this is a tough issue because our country was built on, fundamental rights,
Right.
right? Um, Anytime you hear a whisper of the word censorship,
I know.
we go ballistic, right? This isn't necessarily censorship of content. I guess it's them trying to prove that they intentionally put addictive processes into their platform. I don't know how you prove that unless you say, unless there's documentation, and why would they ever
And
turn
I'm
that
hearing all
over?
the arguments in my head, right? Because
Right.
if you look at the
Yeah.
platform, the way it's built, so notifications can be addicting. We know that. I turn all of mine off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, except for my text messages, which just say text message. It doesn't, but notifications can be addicting. But then again, the platform could say, you chose that. You can turn them off,
You can
right?
turn them off.
You can turn them
You
off. So
can.
then they can say,
There's a lot they can say.
that's why I think it's going to be so tough because they did build in all these little areas that basically is user choice. And then if you didn't if they can't lay into that, then they can lean into the fact you click the button that said, I accept these terms. I don't know how they're going to win.
I don't know how either party's gonna win, and this
I
thing
don't
is gonna go on for months. And
years.
can you imagine being on this jury? How did they find a jury?
That's
How do you,
impartial. No.
how? In this
How did
day and
they
age?
not just like shut the case down and just say this is deadlock? Because yeah, what about the
Everybody on
ones
the
that, what
jury has
about
a
all
cell
those,
phone,
what about all those platforms now that my mind's going that don't
right?
exist anymore? Where some hardcore predators went in. I remember walking in behind Emma and seeing what was being said to her in this little horse game. I'm like, what's happening?
That's
And
just
that's gone. Who owns that now? How do we, what if, so if we're going to take account, if we're going to hold them accountable, what about all these platforms that just up and left that did a shit ton of damage? Who's accountable for that?
I don't know. Is that gonna open up that whole can of worms? I
Right.
mean, like wasn't it the game Roblox that they found out
That's
that a lot of predators were,
Minecraft.
was it
It was
Minecraft or
Minecraft.
Roblox? I can't remember, but that I don't
Now
know, Katie.
owns it. The 2000, My Horse and Me,
My horse and me.
2008.
My
uh,
horse and me.
it was a horse game. At least I'm pretty. I remember never. I was just trying to figure out who owns it. Now I'm angry for M because I'm just like, I'm like, you know what?
It's
Her
just
that
awful.
it's just awful. And then
You're
they did,
just trying to play a horse game.
yeah.
That's all
And
you're
then
trying to
the
do.
and then these predators would come in immediately, pretend they were kids. But then, I mean, that's just the human condition, right? I mean,
The human condition, wanting to talk to somebody, wanting to connect with someone.
or in a deceptive way. Again, my favorite quote, right? Integrity is what you do when no one's watching. So,
Right.
it's
So
just
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna go,
I don't
like I'm really gonna keep an eye on it because, well, and especially since, the owners, Mark Zuckerberg's gonna testify, he's being called. The
sure. I
other
mean,
the other major, people are being called. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg exists at a level. Well, he doesn't know where the day-to-day of the development is.
no,
He's Mark Zuckerberg,
no, he
you
did, but
know?
not
I
anymore. Yeah.
mean, maybe when he started Facebook back whenever, when he was in college, but here's an idea, honestly. Now that this trial, this lawsuit's been brought, everybody knows Mark Zuckerberg's story. We've all seen the movie Social Media. We all know the story. He started this as a way for people in this college to connect, right? They should ask him. They should. The reason you started this in the beginning and the point of it, how do you feel about it now? How do you feel now when people are saying it caused a family member to commit suicide, or it caused a family member to have mental illness, or a girl is saying it caused her body dysmorphia and depression? How do you feel about it now?
It didn't. So I'm back then. Facebook didn't cause that.
How did we
Facebook,
get here?
us,
How did we get,
people,
yeah,
people,
us?
because the platform is the same essentially, and it was he and his college friends. All they did was open the door. Come on in, join us. And that's where actually those are the kind of movies that frighten me. Are the movies when you see people turn on each other. You know what I refuse to watch is
What?
those purge movies.
What purge movies?
So the premise is actually one of them was filmed in Buffalo. The concept is it's in the future, and the idea is this: there is one day out of the year where there are no laws, and you can do whatever the fuck you want, and ultimately it ends up being a murder day, and people go on murder sprees and kill each other, and yeah, and
Well,
it's
that
it
would be the day that I locked my doors and stayed inside
yeah.
and had the Lulu on high alert. See, who thinks of this crap?
And I think there's like three of them. Yeah, The Purge,
Who
it's called.
I
And
mean,
I remember when, speaking of movies, like there was a shift. In the early 2000s, it was all, like paranormal activity, and we used to all go and get ourselves all freaked out. Then there was the shift. So we would watch, me and Liz and our friends, we'd get together and we'd watch scary movies when you could still have them mailed to you by Netflix. The DVD.
The good old days, then you had to go
Well,
return
it
it.
goes
It was a
back to,
pain
it
in
would
the
be
ass.
Blockbuster, but then I remember joining Netflix, but I told Jack what Netflix used to be. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, it was just a mailer thing.
They mailed
Um,
you, they mailed you a DVD.
Yeah,
They mailed it back.
we're
It's like
so
a
old.
virtual library.
That's exactly what it is. Talk about, look at how what they've become too, right?
Right.
Um, so anyway, we were watching those movies, and then I think it was, and we were on this, we're like, oh, let's watch this movie, Saw. And it was the
Ugh.
Saw movie that came out, and that was the beginning of, like, all the scary movies went from kind of mystery paranormal stuff to torture stuff. And we're like, when did this shift? Hostel, Saw, all that stuff. And it became a hard no. We were like, well, enough with that. We used to do our Thursday night scary movie things or whatever with friends of ours, and we walked into it blindly, right? Kind of like looking at your phone and
Yep.
went, oh, but then turned it off, sent it back to Netflix, checked it off, and it was over. But you don't have that luxury.
I don't know how this is gonna go because there's so much at play.
Yep.
There's so much at play. And you know what I thought was interesting is you know how I make shorts for us now?
I know you're so good at it.
I've become the short queen.
I do think our shorts should be a little shorter though, Ellen. They're kind of,
Some of them should be.
Yeah.
But that's because I don't, they're pulled by, you want to hear this one?
yeah, I don't know.
They're pulled by AI.
Oh, so you just kind of throw them what you've got and then AI decides where the short's going to land? Do
You
you
thought I
tell
was,
AI if you want it serious or funny or?
I can do that. I can do that. So I can either say, I can put the video link in and just say long to shorts, which means actual shorts for whatever.
Mhm.
Comes back with like 30 or 40 of them. And then I have to go through and look. Oh, yeah. But I can put in there, which I've done before. You can filter it in like, funny moments, hilarious moments, laughing, whatever. But when I was in there the other day, because it's a software that my niece told me about.
Yeah.
And when I was in there the other day, yesterday, it's because you can put in like a YouTube video, Rumbler, a video from anywhere, like, right,
It'll
like
make it-
TikTok,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can, whatever you're, and there was a banner across the top that said TikTok is currently non-operational.
It's because of the
We will,
selling.
we will come back with updates when provided.
Mhm.
And I was like, ooh, and I just read all this stuff and I was like,
Yeah. So the sale happened, remember, because Trump was saying if China, it has to be purchased, he was going to shut it down. And so they sold TikTok to, there was a transition to the UK, I think.
"Mm, okay.
And so they were making that transition and it was not smooth. I mean, it was as smooth as it could be, but, and there, I mean,
We're in a tough spot, man. And also too, this I think what will also be kind of brought up
mhm.
in these lawsuits, in these trials, will be AI. It will be AI.
I
They
mean,
will bring up
where
AI.
AI is now, as opposed to where it was 2 years ago, is really frightening.
Dude, I don't know what we're doing, but like,
Okay,
with
let me ask you this. So, because this
okay,
has been very serious and scary stuff. Okay, you could make your own AI video of yourself. What would you want to see yourself doing?
I don't even know.
You know, would you?
Gray and Ian have made AI videos
Yeah,
and
I want
I
to
don't
see.
using like Soma or something. I don't even Soma, I don't know. And they were sending them to me. And the best one that they made, because it is them, but they're my boys, so I know they're a little off, right? Like around Ian's mouth is a little different,
Oh,
like
sure. Yeah.
it's a little, that's what they call AI delusion, right? When you start looking at these pictures.
Yes.
But they sent me one.
Hold, I keep talking. I'm looking at something, but go ahead. Yeah, they sent you one or what?
They sent me one and I've never laughed so hard. It was Ian and Gray, and they were smoking a cigarette, right?
Okay.
And they had Lulu in there. And so they're sitting there. I don't know why they're smoking a cigarette, but they are. And
Okay.
Lulu says, "You guys gonna hog that all to yourself or like what?" And either
They
like,
made her
you can
talk.
talk.
All right.
They're like, "You can talk." And the next one they sent me is Lulu like laying in a bed. And the narration is like, sunlight just hits differently in Fredonia. It's a beautiful day. And it's the dog talking. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
They made her
Like,
talk all about. All right, I'm trying to find something. Let me
I
see.
don't
And
even know what I would, I mean, what would I don't know. I mean,
okay, I think I.
would it be something like a dream of mine, like that I've always want, like
Oh, interesting. Would you do
me
like
on the uneven parallel bars at the Olympics? What could like can I well, you can do basically anything, right?
can, and that's the whole point. And if it were just kind of fun and silliness, right? I mean, that would be okay. Let me see. So this is what I did to myself because I think I
Oh
can
my
share my
God.
screen. Okay. Why? I am who I am.
I know you are.
So,
This
is
is
it not letting me? Let's see. Share sound. No, hold on. I really want to share.
oh
Google. Oh, I think I can. Uh-huh. Oh shit, it's gonna make me quit and reopen it. All right, just hold tight. Here we go. I'll just share it with you on my phone. I'm not
okay.
getting I'm not getting into this permission shit. It's my computer.
Oh shit. Grace sent me an AI generated image of myself,
Yes.
right? Like I didn't like it.
What did it, was it all weirded out and made you
No,
look?
it was like like a regular, like it must have been a picture he had of me, and then he put it into this thing and he sent it to me. And I was
Hmm.
just like, I don't like that.
No.
Like I don't like it.
Okay, ready? Let's see, you
I'm
can see.
ready.
Here we
Oh,
go.
am I gonna be able to see this? Oh my God, Katie.
I'm a midget.
What is wrong with you?
It's just gonna loop again. Here we go. Look, I do a little midget dance. Ready? Here it comes again. It's the midget dance. Hey, look at this one too. Here comes a midget with a banana hat. Join me in my AI adventures. Here goes
Aw.
Chunk. He's getting up. He's got pants
Okay,
on.
I don't like that. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I really don't.
I'm so glad
I'm
we took
just
that time for you to experience my AI midget experience. In fact, and then I made everybody into midgets, which is just kind of how I go. Until I
how do you
ran out of
how do you
free,
feel a certain population would feel about that?
because I find so much joy in it, I think they'd be totally fine.
Okay, good. Okay. It's a
If,
joyous thing for you.
if they did a lesbian hippie AI video of them trying to be like me, I'd laugh just as hard. Go ahead.
I
In
don't know.
fact, please do it.
Now that I think about it, if I could generate an AI video of myself, seriously, because I
Yeah.
love the Olympics so much,
Would
me
you
on
be
the
like the
podium,
skier?
podium. Oh, I'd have a brief clip of me doing the giant slalom
Okay.
and then at a high rate of speed, and then me on the podium, gold medal all day long.
Get the boys on it. Get
They
it
could
on.
do that. Or maybe I'd do one of me like just for fun. If this all for fun, maybe I'd do one of me on like the catwalk at like Fashion Week,
Oh yeah.
wearing something just amazing.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I do like me
Just
on
shave a few years off for that one to work.
I'd be I'd be on stage like with the Grateful Dead singing or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
playing guitar. Like I'd
Yeah,
do an
yeah.
AI video of that. Or like singing with Joni Mitchell or something at like the last waltz or sometime. That'd be fun.
See, now, and this is where the divide is, right? Like we're talking about stuff that is for fun, that is for humor, that is good natured,
Mhm.
feel good stuff, right? But we can make that, we can differentiate. But then we talk about a girl who started looking at social media when she was 10,
But
who
is
can't
it
differentiate.
because I mean, there's people with any platform
I
that do
don't
good things,
know.
bad things. I mean, I'm not a bad thing person. Anything I touch, that's not where I go.
But it
But
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the medium. There's always been people like that.
that's what I mean. So is it just another medium? So, do we blame the pill or the pain kind of thing? I mean,
How do you litigate it?
I don't know. I'm really stuck on that. I keep going around
How
and
do you litigate it? You
on that.
know?
Yeah,
So I'm really interested to like keep an eye on it
I am too.
because it is huge. It's huge. Um,
Huge. It's huge.
huge. It's huge. But
Huge.
I'm interested to see what happens. So, okay, so
Yeah.
that is what's going on in the world right now.
Okay. All right.
Our next episode,
The big 5-0.
the big 5-0. Katie
Yeah.
and I are turning the big
Big
5-0.
5-0.
Oh my God, the other day I was talking to Peter, and it's when he had all of these days off of work because the schools were closed.
Mhm.
And he and his roommate, and he had me on speaker or something. And he was like, "Hey, Max, today we're going to sit around and watch all of my mom's podcast episodes." I go, "Peter, there's 48 of them." He goes, "48?" I go, "It would take you like 3 days back to back." He was like, 48. I'm like, I've been doing this since like April of 2024.
Yeah. He's like, wait, when did that happen? Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I'm not watching 40." I was like, "Watch the shorts.
Well,
Watch the
here,
shorts. That's what they're
let
there
me
for."
give you a link with all the shorts. That'll give you
Oh
the.
my God. So he was
Yeah.
just like, "Mom." And then Max in the background is like, "How many subscribers do you have?" And I was like, "Actually, Max, we have like 2,500, well, at the time, like 2,527."
Yeah.
And I thought I know he was ready to laugh at me, and I heard him go, "Holy shit." I was like, "What, you think I had like 13?" Probably.
Uh-huh.
But like, I was like, no, I actually say I don't want the boys to watch it. Not
Because
because it's bad or not because that they don't know everything, but I don't want, knowing them, they'd ridicule me, and I'm just not in the fucking mood for that either.
yeah, you don't need that. You
You
don't
know,
need that.
kids are.
From the only people like you actually care about what they think about you, ridiculing you, no,
Yeah. Why would I set myself up for that?
because
So,
that
okay,
would be dumb.
episode 50 is next.
Yes. And we have
When we
guests.
get a date and time,
Yes.
um, with our guests. And that's what we're gonna hit on next. I'm excited for that one because that's gonna be
Yep.
all mostly feel good, positive stuff. I'm hoping. Um,
All mostly feel good.
all mostly. It's like that song. I actually love this song. Oh God, it's by is it Lord Hudson? I had all of you, some of you. Do you know that song? The Night We Met. The Night We Met. It's recent too.
Oh, okay.
I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up. I
I'll
gotta
have
look
to
it up.
do that.
It's got a great line in it.
Oh,
Kind of about that song. Night We Met. It would help if I didn't have so many typos. We met. Lord Huron. Lord Huron.
that's the
Have you
band?
ever heard of this?
No.
It's a wonderful song. Lyrics. Let's see. Okay. He says, and it's about a breakup or something. He says, "I had all and then most of you, some, and now none of you."
Ooh.
Isn't that like,
Yeah.
I just love that line. Anyway, sad song though, so I don't consume it that often because you know how I am about music. That's sad.
Yeah, just stay
It's
away
a
from the
choice,
sad
Katie.
things.
It's a
Make a
choice.
choice.
It's a
Right. I'm
choice.
not sure how that works in litigation. That's what TikTok
We're gonna
says.
find
Yeah.
out. And you know what? I'll have updates because I think I'm sure when it's been on the national news. I'm sure it'll be on the national. I mean, who knows who they called today, what happened today, what testimony was given today. Like, it's federal.
Yeah, I'll have to decide how
Okay.
much I want to dip into that too, because then that makes me, yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall.
Just get the AI summary of it every day. It'll be fine.
See. All right, goodbye. Stay warm, and try not to look like a dude. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna try. I mean, like, I don't know. Now I feel like I should have like my chin line, like
Yeah, you sure. Go ahead.
we should get my boobs bigger. I don't know.
Oh, dear
What
God, you have half of mine. I don't even know why they got so damn big. Just mind my
it's
own
because when they
business.
got bigger as we got older. I love it. My
That's 'cause
boobs got bigger,
I
but
had
nothing
body
else.
dysmorphia from Cliff Notes back in the day.
From,
So now
from buying a bra. Basically.
you know what? From the game Pac-Man. That's what it's.
Oh, jeez.
All right. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. For
Bye.
once and for all.
Goodbye.